Good day, everyone. I'm by name Arami Ibrahim. I'm currently an intern at StarTech Academy. In this video, I will present to you my findings on the task given to me on Microsoft Excel. This is the data set. The data is all about frozen foods, which includes various columns, whereby we have item identifier, item fat content, item type, and uh, outlet identifier and the likes. The tags are: the first task is to draw a pivot table to get the different type of outlets and their counts. And the solution is here in the pivot table worksheet. This is the first one, which shows the count of outlet types. We have the grocery store with 413, supermarket type 1, we have 2,209, supermarket type 2, we have 330, and supermarket type 3, we have 351. And the total of our outlet counts, there are 3,303. This is the solution to the first task. The second task says draw a pivot table to get the total sales for each outlet. Here is the solution. The total sales for each outlet. We have 4 outlets: the grocery store, the supermarket type 1, supermarket type 2, and we have supermarket type 3. And the total sales of the store are: for the first one, we have 137,651.49 rupees. And we have for the total sales for supermarket type 1 is 5,137,732.92 rupees. And we have 651,241.6 rupees for the supermarket type 2. And for supermarket type 3, we have 1,282,399.38 rupees. And the total sum of sales for the four supermarkets are 7,209,025.40 rupees, where supermarket type 1 takes the highest sales with the total sales of 5,137,732.92 rupees, whereby the grocery store takes the lowest sales with 137,651.49 rupees. Moving to the third task, which means the third question, which is the third question, sorry. Going back to our task, we have number 3 to be draw a pivot table to find out the total sales of different item types in different outlets type. Here is the solution. This is it. We have our grocery store, the items, and we have it has been collapsed. We have it like this. I'm coming. This is for our grocery store. We have different types of different item types. We have baking goods. We have breads. We have breakfast. We have canned. We have dairy and the likes. For each supermarket, we have different types of items for each supermarket. Okay, this and the subsequent one in the third pivot table. Filter out the low fat product. In that third one, that we are to draw a pivot table for total sales for different items. We are to, in different outlets, we are to remove out the fat, what's it called, the fat product. We are to filter out the fat product rather. Here now, we can see that the fat product, we are to filter out the fat product. I'm coming. Low fat products should be filtered out. You only have for regular. Now, the fat product has been filtered out now. We only have our regular. We only have our regular for the grocery, for supermarket type 1, type 2, and type 3. And also for the tax number 3 and tax number 5. They said add slicers for item fat and item type in the last pivot table, which means the last pivot table is the same thing as our pivot table number 3, which is the one we are dealing with. This is the first slicer, which is the item fat content, and the second one is the item type slicer. Here now we have our slicer in which we can select any type of item type we need. Take for example now I select a bread. We can select multiple items. We can add breakfast. We add canned, we add dairy and frozen foods. We can have it now, and we can remove the slice as well, which is going to give us more insight about our stores, and the items we have in each stores. This for the first tax in Excel. The second tax deals with the finance dashboard. The finance dashboard, this is the dashboard. Looking to the statement, the first one we have the P&L statement 2020. This is the statement, the income statement for the company. This is statement for the company for P&L statement, their income statement for 2020. And we have the net profit. The net profit, this is the net profit, which should be in line chart, and everything has been organized in our dashboard. We have the revenue, which should be, this is the revenue generated, and this is the worksheet for the column, the cost analysis, which the expense breakdown, and we have other expense breakdown here, and we have the dashboard. This is the dashboard, and we have the target bar as well. This is our target bar. We have our target bar, the main expenditure item target, which they achieved. They achieved. Now we have our dashboard here. This is the dashboard for each table. This is the finance dashboard, and the first one here is presenting to us is for the line chart. The line chart below shows the relationship between the net profit and the net profit margin, which means we can see that the net profit increases. It increases it increases from year 2015 to year 2016 and decreases in year 2017. Likewise, it increases in year 2018 and decreases in year 2019. Also increases in year 2020, which means is not stable. This thing is not stable. It increases and likewise decreases in some other in other times. And we can see our net profit is almost the same thing, throughout the years from 2015 to 2020. Here we have our expense breakup. Uh, we have our expense breakup, and the highest expense is for cost of goods sold, which take 55%, and the lowest is interest, which takes 4%. Also, we have our column. We have the column chart, which is shows the revenue generated from 2016 to 2021. This is the revenue generated. We can see that the revenue increases by the year. From 2016 to 2021, the revenue keeps increasing from, which means they are getting more revenues. They are getting more revenues by the year. Also, we have uh, this our bar chart. This bar chart is showing the target versus achieved. The target versus achieved. We can see in advertising, we are above the average of our target. We are above the average. We almost achieved our target, and also the same thing as our payroll. We almost achieved them. This are just a brief presentation of the tax. Thanks.